What's going on, Tamers? It's Gino, and I'm here with a very fun deck profile for you for today's Monday Mulligan. This is Lanamon. You know, I'm the number one spot in the Lanamon fan club. If you're a Frontier fan, you know. No, this is just a really fun deck that does some really fun things. I like to call it Lanamon Loop or Calmaramon Loop, because the idea is that Calmaramon keeps spitting out bodies, and then you tuck really good inherits, and you just keep swinging. We'll talk about it as we get through all of the cards, but without further ado, let's start it off with the egg. We are running 4 copies of the EX6 Yokomon. Now, this is kind of flexible. I'm going to talk about a lot of the cards today because there's a lot that you can really do. So you either want to run this Yokomon or you want to run the Memory +1 Bukomon when you play things from sources, because you're going to be playing things from sources. This Yokomon just makes it so that you don't have to build the perfect stack. You can have the combo piece you need in your hand and still be able to pop off. So this Yokomon says, when attacking once per turn, you may place a blue level 3 Digimon from your hand as this Digimon's bottom Digivolution card. It's, like I said, it'll just help you with the combo because the most important rookie of this deck is the Crabmon here. We're running 4 copies of the old EX3 Crabmon. Pull that out for you guys. On play, one of your blue Digimon gains jamming for the turn, and then you may place 1 blue level 5 or lower Digimon card from your hand under that Digimon as its bottom Digivolution card. So you can do some really sneaky and fun things, and this is the linchpin of the combo. Because once you get the right inherits, you can just keep swinging until you run out of said inherits. Really important for the combo. Next, we're running 4 copies. Let me actually skip this rookie and go to this one. This is your consistency rookie. We're running 4 copies of the Sangomon. This deck is almost entirely aquatic, and so this helps you search out those aquatics. We do also run Yao Qinglan, the Liberator Tamer for aquatic stuff. And you really want to see her too, because she'll help accelerate your game plan. Sangomon, really good on play. You dig top 3, you add an Aqua or Sea Animal, and a Liberator trait. So if you hit a Sangomon and a Shellmon, that's a 2-hit. If you hit basically almost anything in the deck, minus the crab, unfortunately, he's a crustacean, not aquatic. But a lot of the times you can double hit with that. And the final rookie, this might seem weird, but we're running the LM02 Jellymon. Start a main phase. If you have 7 or fewer cards in your hand, you draw a card. But what's really important is when attacking, if you have 7 or fewer cards in hand, draw 1. Between Yokomon and the Yao Qinglan that we'll be using, you're going to be putting a lot of sources into your Digimon. And so you really need a way to keep your hand size up, because you can very easily run out of cards in your hand. And that's what Jellymon helps do. Okay, let's move on. This is another key part of the combo. This is the newer, I guess I should say, the BT18 Lanamon. This Lanamon's really, really cool. On play when Digivolving, she searches for you, so you dig top 3. However, you may choose to either put one of those cards in your hand or under one of your blue Digimon's sources. So the idea is you raise up a Crabmon, you Digivolve into the Lanamon, and then you put one of your level 5 sources underneath. So now you have an unsuspend, and now you can start doing some silly shit. But besides that, this is just a really good card. It deals with floodgates because the inheritable says when attacking, you bounce a level 3 to hand. You can also use this to bounce your own level 3s to hand if you need to slot sources underneath with the Yoko, for example, or with the Yao Qinglan. Really cool card. I do also got to say the Sangomon inheritable of the end of attack gain a memory. That's going to be useful too. Basically, if you don't see your combo and you can't get your loop going, there's still a lot of really cool things you can do, and you can really rush down with a lot of attacks. So yeah, 4 copies of Lanamon. Next, level 4, this is the final linchpin. Well, I say final, but really you need a lot of level 5s too. But this is who you're going to be swinging with all the time. This is Calmaramon. I always think she's Calamarimon, but it's Calmara. Anyway, whatever. So she evos for 1 on top of a Lanamon, or 3 on top of a level 3 or one of your Tamers. And when attacking, you play a blue level 3 Digimon from one of your blue Digimon's Digivolution cards without paying the cost. And the whole linchpin of this plan is the fact that that is not a once per turn. So if you can get Calamara to unsuspend and keep stacking 3s underneath, hopefully the gears are starting to turn for you. You can just keep doing damage with Calmaramon, and it's really, really fun and funny when it pops off. Next, we are running, we're pretty heavy on level 4s in this deck, because that's mostly what we're swinging with and what we're doing. This is the old BT12 Lanamon. She evos for 2 on cost of a Tamer or level 3 blue. And also, just like this Lanamon, they both slide evo from Calamara for 0. So you can build yourself a bigger stack if you really need to get more effects, more inherits and stuff. She does when Digivolving by placing a blue level Digimon 3 card from your hand as this Digimon's bottom Digivolution cards. One of your blue Digimon gains jamming for the turn. So there are some situations where this is better, but most of the time you want to use the Lanamon, Crabmon, Calamaramon combo. But there are times when this comes up, and also, when is hybrid for game not good? We don't run that many Tamers, but we run enough that we can use them. Next, level 4, we're running 3 copies of the new Calmaramon. This one, again, slide evos on top of Lanamon for 1, otherwise it's a 3 cost evo. On play when Digivolving, if a level 3 Digimon card is in this Digimon's Digivolution cards, you bounce a level 4 or lower to hand. If they aren't, you can place a blue level 3 from your hand as this Digimon's bottom source. So this is another way to get Crabmon underneath, which is what you really need. You need to get a Crabmon. Now, the thing that kind of sucks about this Lanamon, while I'm thinking about it here, is she is not aquatic. The rest of these are all aquatic, because this Lanamon has the rule box, but this was before rule box existed, basically. So she's just a fairy. That means you cannot search her off of your Lanamon's effect or your Sangomon's effect. Which kind of sucks, but that's kind of what we're dealing with here. And the final level 4 of the deck, we're running just 2 copies of the BT19 Shellmon. This is just here to play your Yao Qinglans out for free. There are times when you'll have 2 Yao Qinglans already, evo 1 into Lanamon, and then you can evo one of your rookies into Shellmon so you can get another Yao out. That is a line of play you can do. It has the same end of attack as Sangomon, where end of attack, gain a memory. So you can really extend your plays with both the Shellmon and the Sangomon. All right, let's move on to the level 5s. Sorry. Again, we are very heavy on the level 5s here. So we are running 3 copies of Huangkun. If you've ever faced a Mirage Galgamon, first of all, I'm sorry. And second of all, you know what this card does. It spits out a level 3 Digimon from one of your sources. And then it has the inherited effect of when you swing, you can suck up one of your other blue Digimon to unsuspend. So let's talk a little bit about the combo here. The idea is, right, you're going to Digivolve Crabmon into Lanamon. Lanamon's going to search top 3 and you're going to find Huangkun. You're going to tuck Huangkun under. And now this is a 3 memory play. So if you have Yao out, the memory setter Yao, you're good to go. Calamara for 1. And now you swing. You use Calamaramon's when attacking effect to spit out the Crabmon, grant it jamming, and then stick another Huangkun or other level 5 Digimon that has the same inherited effect underneath, and use the first Huangkun's effect to suck Crab right back up. And now you can keep looping this effect for as long as you have level 5s with this inherit, thanks to the Crabmon setup. So really funny, really fun, and you have jamming, so you're really not worried about anything in security except for bombs. The one thing that this deck does struggle with is blockers. You can tech in, I don't have any in this build, but you can tech in the other Huangkun that makes your attacks unredirectable. But that's just another piece that you need to get in a source somehow, either with Yao's effect or otherwise. All right, next we're running 3 copies. I think this is the first card I would cut down to 2 maybe, but it is really good if you don't find your combo. This is Marine Bullmon. So this has Decode level 4. So when this Digimon would leave the battle area, except by battle, you can play out a level 4 from its sources. And the on-play when Digivolving effect lets you tuck an Aqua or Sea Animal underneath one of your Digimon. And it doesn't have to be this one. So you can use that to set up some of your plays if you have a second stack up. But what's really good about Marine Bullmon is the end of attack effect. And again, this is what I was saying. If you don't have your full combo, sometimes you just go up into Marine Bullmon and go really wide. Because Marine Bullmon has end of attack once per turn. You may play a level 4 or lower Aqua or Sea Animal out from this Digimon's Digivolution cards without paying the cost. So you could go Crabmon, tuck the Marine Bull because it's an aquatic type. Well, it doesn't even have to be aquatic type for Crabmon's effect, but it does for Yao's. You tuck it out, then you can play your Lanamon out, you get more search or a new tuck. Really cool, really fun. This deck is really fun to play. We're running 2 copies. This is the first card I would put up to 3 maybe. Of the EX8 Mega Seadramon. This one is on play when Digivolving, you unsuspend one of your dudes. So this is just another free swing, and it has the same inherit as the Huankun, where you get the unsuspend. So this is one of your targets that you get to tuck underneath. The one attacking doesn't come up too often because most of the time you're tucking this or evoing on top just for the unsuspend. But it says when attacking, if you have one or more, and this is once per turn. If you have one or more memory, one of your opponent's Digimon can't suspend until the end of their turn. So it locks something down. It locks a blocker down, for example, which again, this deck struggles against. How do we remove bodies in this deck? We can remove 3s and 4s with Lana and Calamara. This is how you remove almost everything else. This is the other Mega Seadramon. This is BT15 Mega Seadramon on play and when Evo by placing one of your other blue Digimon as this Digimon's bottom Digivolution card, bottom deck something with same level or less. And it has the same inherit that gives us the unsuspend. As you can see, we are heavy on 5s because we really just want to tuck unsuspends. Sometimes you go wide and you want to extend a little, and that's why we're running 1 copy of Mermaidmon. Mermaidmon, or Mermaidmon, if you will, is an Aqua Beast. She has Aqua in her trait, so you can search her out. On play when Digivolving, by placing one of your other blue Digimon as this Digimon's source, bottom Digivolution card, you gain 2 memory. This just lets you extend. Sometimes you just need the card draw. Sometimes you just want to suck something up and get another good inherit if you have something unsuspended. It's basically a 1 cost to level 5 Evo, which is nice. Okay, and we are running, so quick disclosure. I found this list when browsing some Japanese locals tournament results, and they were running, I think it was Pauper format, because they weren't running anything of higher rarity than rare, these Marine Bullmons and Mega Seadramons. But I've made some changes. I picked some cards that I think are a little better for the deck, and they're still not going to break the bank for you. And the first of those is 2 copies of Xingpang. Xingpang is a really great board removal tool, and is one of the only ways you remove things in this deck, because this deck is really just about rush, swing, swing jamming, unsuspend, swing jamming, unsuspend. It's the blue thing, right? So this is on play when Digivolving, you may place up to 3 of your other blue Digimon as this Digimon's bottom source, then return all level 4 or lower Digimon of the hand. For each Digivolution card this effect place, add 1 to the level that you can bounce to hand. So basically the ideal combo, right, is you get Huankun underneath, because this has the all turns once per turn. When an effect adds to this Digimon Digivolution card, you're going to play a level 5 or lower Digimon with Aqua or Sea Animal in its traits. So you have a level 3 on the board, and this goes on top of Huankun. It sucks up your level 3. You spit out Huankun, and then Huankun's on play, spits out the level 3. Now you have a 3-wide board that you can threaten with, right? Good card. Could see going up to 3, but this is really not the goal of the deck. The goal of the deck is to do the Calamaramon shenanigans with Crabmon and just swing game. To that end, we're adding a little bit of consistency with 3 blue memory boosts. Trainings are not really useful in this deck because a lot of the time you're slide evoing from Lana into Calamara for 1. So having just a little extra memory plus, obviously the consistency of digging and searching is really valuable. So that's blue memory boost. Everybody knows what this does, right? Dig top 4 and then delay on a following turn to gain 2 memory. And finally, not only does she help with the setup, but the whole combo only costs you 3 memory. So we're playing 4 copies of Yao Qinglan. This is the BT19 version, not the promo. So she sets your memory to 3, and then when any of your Digimon with Aqua or Sea Animal in their traits attack, by suspending this tamer, you may place 1 level 5 or lower Digimon card with Aqua or Sea Animal in any of its traits from your hand as that Digimon's bottom Digivolution card. Now, the one thing that's a little tricky about this deck is if you don't have the inherited effect underneath at the time of when attacking, you can't use the effect to suck things up. So if you have the Calamara on something, and you swing and you use Yao's effect to suck up the inherit, you can't use this inherit because you've missed the when attacking trigger at this point. Now you can use Yao to put Marine Bull under, and now you can spit out Lanamon and play that for free. This is a deck that you kind of gotta play, and as you play, you'll see the lines, you'll see what you can do with it, and it's just really fun. I am a big Aqua Sea Animal enjoyer. I knew that someone would someday do something with this Lanamon, and I think this is a variant. There's a lot of really cool things that you can do to change, to add. I tried this with Ryugumon. I think Xingpeng is just a better removal tool. I've tried it with, what else did I try it with? Or I want to try it with Labramon and Caesarmon, but they're not aquatic, so it, throws a little bit off. You could run some Strawbies because they'll give you memory. But yeah, this is basically, I've got my 3 memory with my Yao or the boost, right? And now it's time to do my whole combo if I have everything perfect and if I high roll the Lanamon. Because it's hard to get the level 5 under the Lanamon and keep her alive on the same turn. So if your opponent doesn't deal with the jamming Lanamon that you put, and you put the 5 under, you can really just start messing them up with the Crabmon effect next turn. Really fun deck. I hope you guys try it out and enjoy it. Let me know what you think of this deck. Again, this is not going to win you a major tournament in any stretch of the imagination, but it can probably sneak you some wins at locals, and you'll have a good time doing it, right? So without further ado, this is Lana Loop, and thanks for watching. Bye, everybody.